Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. I am Breno and my friend Andrews.
Hello.
We're going to today talk about the event that we went together and in Paris called AI Engineers. And we're going to share with you a few insights and a few demos of things that we did and a few interesting things related to AI and our opinion, of course, about this whole AI thing and some opinions about the events, of course. And if we start by asking questions, right? So let's go to the agenda. So what kind of questions we're gonna expect to answer you all today? So first of all, why did we go to this event, right? Why did you go there to this event in Paris? And what did we learn while we were there? No, what's kind of insights, goods and bads, and if we did something that we saw something that could be nice there. And what do we think about the event itself? Like what was the whole overall idea about what they're talking about AI? And what can you do in behalf of this AI thing, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, so this company, AI Engineer, this event itself, it's a big event already well known, with some expertise talking about AI since many years. Started in San Francisco, of course, everything started there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to pass. Also, we were very interested in seeing the experts there because there are many companies that base their products and their business models on AI. It's not, of course, there are big companies like Google. There is not only AI, but I think it was dozens of small companies and interesting companies with products and fully AI.
Yeah, there was a few.
Solutions for AI. We are talking about AI, blah blah blah. So we were interested to see what these guys want to sell, their pitch, and what they are working on it. Yes. Also because it's important to see the directions. It's not clear for no one what's gonna happen because this is changing constantly since the event already. And this event was in September, and since then we saw I think three big releases of models. Like now this is the best model, and then one day later now this is the best model. I think was Google released the Gemini Pro 3
A few weeks,
5 or 3.
a few weeks ago.
And then the next day, the other day, GPT released the next AI released the next
5.1.
which is even better. So every week you're gonna see, oh, this is even better, and yeah. So it's interesting to see what these guys are doing just to have an idea of that.
And interesting also that one of the tools that Google presented that I'm going to show you guys today, they already released a new version of this tool while we were doing the presentation. And understand that.
Like 10 years now.
Yeah, it's like that. And of course, aside learning all of that, we want to bring those insights for you guys. We want to understand what's going on and bring that so we can share and discuss about it. So the AI events, my friends, Andrews.
Yeah, it was chaotic. No foods because apparently people in Paris they eat small pieces of stuff. But one thing that we are discussing during the event is the lack of big companies, first of all. And that was also because we had like Docker, we had Google, and GitLab was there also.
GitLab was there.
Yeah, but talking about AI model companies, I think it was only Google.
Only Google was the one responsible. Mistral was also there.
So
the guy from Mistral, the CEO from Mistral was there.
He was there, but there is no product, no speech, no, I don't know. So this is why they decided to move this event to UK, because most of these companies have offices in UK, maybe not here in Europe in general, but in UK. So yeah, they are trying to spread this event and then creating this kind of community for this. But lack of big companies, but plenty of small companies, as I said before. So probably 90% of the things we're gonna talk here will lead to nothing because this is what happens with new products nowadays. But anyway, many interesting small tools to talk about.
Yeah, and I think that for the one that we brought, at least, I think that they are the one that, as a software engineer, they make sense.
Oh yeah, true.
They make sense. There were a lot of products. There are a lot of pitches about products that were already in the market, like monitoring tools, some kind of database, some kind of chat tools that they just added AI and said, hey, we have AI. So for those, we didn't care much because, yeah, come on, you're just not doing anything with AI, just adding AI label on your product.
And you can go next sec, but just one thing that the company Hugging Face, this event was happening in a place, some kind of yeah, I don't know how to say that, but it's like a place where you have many companies, tech companies in Paris. And one of these companies is Hugging Face, and it's a big company behind the open source model stuff. So if you have something to run in models on your laptop now, you're probably gonna fetch these images from Hugging Face repository. It's interesting.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, though, we had a lot of nice companies that they did a few products that make sense using AI, and those are the 5 tools that we found that I personally find attractive and were interesting. You guys can go to those sites itself, but for me, I have my favorite one. It was Medium, even though I didn't build much with it. I was talking with the CEO of the company. It's a very new company, and they just created. And the guys are explaining the ambitions and the goal to really build this automated AI agent thing. And there is a trend of drag and drop stuff.
Yeah, so
everyone wants to do drag and drop right now.
The idea behind this platform is a SaaS where you can create your projects and drag and drop stuffs. You can create you create a box, literally a box. You say this is my agent, and my agent will connect this API. Then you create a new box for API, and you attach an arrow in one of them, and then you define the contract for how they will talk each other. And so you have this visual way to create your agents.
Yeah, it's mainly an agent. Yeah. Kind of other thing also was the Neo4j that was also it's a graph database, and they were really deeply explaining how it's very useful whenever you are building your own LLM and how they connect and interconnect everything else. Aside those and the rest, like Discope, Cast AI, and Sentry, there are applications that were already in the markets with a goal, and then they embedded AI on it. They just added AI, like, hey, now we have AI to use. But moving forward, we had a few companies and a few tools actually that made sense, and it was very, very interesting. And something that I never thought about it is how, for example, for this presentation that we're talking right now, we have Teams and it is recording and it's transcribing everything that I'm speaking as best as it can. And during the presentation there in Paris, we saw the guy behind Pinode. And Pinode is a library, it's an open source library focused on speak diarization. Speak diarization, nonetheless, is breaking the waves of sounds into proper understanding information, and aka text, so we can understand. And it was very interesting to have the owner of the GitHub, and he was very proud of his work that he was doing. And there is a site, so you can access Pinodes, and there is a website that you can use the API, but you can also self-host. You can just download the GitHub and run a lot of things with that. Together with that, there was also a very cool tool that was QTI, and it's a French open science AI lab. That's how they call themselves. It's a non-profit company, and their focus is build AI tools, okay, LLM, I would say not AI, but LLM tools, focus on text to speech and speech to text. And their main idea is to really pass emotions while you are speaking, because today AIs, they are kind of try to mimic emotions, but it's not that natural, it's not that beautiful.
Yeah, I hate when I am talking to ChatGPT and he makes the pause to breathe.
It's really weird.
to pause, you make it.
Yeah. I will open the link so we can see. For example, that is where their website, and I hope my audio will be shared with you guys.
Yeah.
The main tools that they have is unmute, text to speech, and speech to text. So I will talk to unmute now, and I hope they're gonna work. Yeah. I'm just gonna, let me give you some instructions. There is one instruction that I try. I'll use Gertrude. She's just a German woman. And I will give a personality to Gertrude. You are a Brazilian that lived in the woods. Your your English is very limited.
Okay.
You like food. That's the maximum. Let's connect, and I hope Gertrude will talk with us. Let me just allow my microphone.
Hello, you nice.
Can you guys hear my microphone behind the scene? Hello,
Yes,
Gertrude.
yes.
What do you like to do? Gertrude, are you there? I think Gertrude just left me.
Of course, it will not work.
Hello, you are?
Yeah, I am Breno. And you?
Me, I am Brazilian. I live in woods. You like food?
Yes, I like food. What kind of food do you like? Yeah, she's very limited.
Still there.
Yeah, so for example, this was very interesting. One of the very cool tools that they had there.
But just to make a point here, Breno make it really funny. But when the guy was presenting this on the stage, it was really impressive because he was talking in real time with the model.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the video? Okay.
Yeah, I have that one that talks that. It's called Mochi. And Mochi is a AI conversation tool, and they use Pinot behind the scenes. And something interesting about AI and conversation is when we are talking, for example, now I'm talking with Andrews, and we don't necessarily stop. It's not loading. We don't necessarily stop and wait for the other person to start speaking, and then we process. We talk simultaneously with each other. We cut each other. We go with each other. And this is the idea of creating. Let's just create an email here. And this is the idea of motion. Sometimes it has some limitations, sometimes it has some delay. Let me join the queue, and I hope I will be able to access today.
Yeah, the idea is to make the conversation more natural. He needs to add the flaws of us as human talking. So not being let robots waiting, blah blah blah. Instead of that, really crossing conversation on this kind of things. And they are talking about one really interesting usage for this. Could be a video game, for instance. You can make or imagine playing GTA 6 with whole NPCs.
And you can just talk with them.
Talk with them.
Hey, bro, how are you doing?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Let me see if I can just start this over because, yeah, unfortunately.
If it doesn't work, just. Oh.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, unfortunately, the server is not responding.
Of course, the demo was not going to work.
Of course, the demo is not going to work, unfortunately. But the link is there, so you guys can try and access. I tried a couple of times, so it was a very interesting one. So let's go back to the presentation. Oops, AI Paris. So that was Pinot in Qt. It was a very cool thing. So if you're into text-to-speech, as Andrew mentioned, like gaming, entertainment, and discussing, it's going to be very interesting to test it. And now it's demo time, and I want to bring one of the interesting tools that we had there from Google itself. It's called Google AI Studio, and I hope that my screen is full screen, actually. It's not full screen. But that's fine. I think you guys can see. And it's a free and also paid tool. It has a free version that you have a few quota that you can use for free. And after that, you have to pay for the Google AI Pro. It has behind the scenes, it's mainly a vibe code tool that's it's like a online VS code embedded with Gemini, so you can only use the Gemini. And it supports today only Angular and React. So for example, I'm a really big fan of Svelte, and you cannot do anything with Svelte, unfortunately. And the nice thing is you can share and save your codes with other people, so people can see the project that you are doing. And it has some kind of integration with GitHub. You can only do push. You cannot pull data. So that's quite that's just bad. So if you want to really work, you can only code within the tool and push the code to GitHub. And there was an example that the presenter did there on live. That was very interesting. I wouldn't dare to do that myself.
Oh, yeah.
But that's mainly she asked to build Dungeons and Dragon character creation. I hope it will not prevent my camera. Let me see if it will allow my camera to work. Just a sec. I will take a photo.
I was there when they called this in the stage, and basically they ask for create a tool for based on my photo, a picture I will upload of myself. You randomly create a D&D character for me, and D&D version 5, I guess, so specify the version of D&D, something like this. And also he creates the portrait of the character, not only the class. He roll the dice for your scores, but also create a picture of your character using the Nano Banana. Nano Banana?
Yes, a Nano Banana.
The Nano Banana, which is also the image generator, video generator from Google.
So it's a very cool tool just to have fun. Doesn't have any proper usage unless you're playing RPG.
Yeah.
Only for
if you want to do a quick D&D session.
Yeah, but of course, I try to do that myself. And as people might know, I really am a big fan of gaming. And I was, okay, what kind of tool or game I can really use using Google AI Studio? And my idea was to build the classic Snake game, as you know, like the one that we used to play on Nokia, like 2,000 years ago.
I don't remember this before.
Me neither. My grandpa told me all that. And I really thought, okay, let me just build that game because it's quite a simple game, I would say. And I wanted to build with a more chaotic theme. So every time that you eat food, it just changes a skill or creates something completely random for you. And that was the output. If you guys want, you can scan this QR code and you can access. Unfortunately, it will not work well for people with iPhone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, the iPhone is problematic, but I have the code here, and this is the. Let me open just a new tab here, so we can show how the Google AI Studio look like as soon as you enter. So this is mainly the UI. As soon as you enter, you just have this screen. So here you can just type whatever you want, and if you are lucky, you can just type something, and it will add the capabilities like AI PowerBot with Gemini. You can choose the model that you want to use, like the Pro, the 2.5, or the Flash. You can choose the framework that you want to use, and also some microphone if you want to speak with that. The nice thing that they added recently was the instruction, so you can just create some real rules that you want to your project to follow. But the project that I built, or it built, I don't know who built it, was this one. So this is the Snakeotic. And I did a few changes lately, as I said, so it's mainly a chat that you talk and you ask it to do things for you, like any vibe coding tool. And I did a typo when I was building the game, and I called Snake Fotk, something like that, and it was wrong. So I asked, hey, just rename the game, and that's it. And lately, the thing that the game was quite of mute, there was no emotion. So I asked it, hey, add a background music. Just do that for me. And it did. So
he probably infringed some copyright to generate this music, but yeah, we give him.
So as you can see, like the game works. So I can just hit and it's far and it's game over, and I can just restart. Cool thing is the code is here, so you can just change the code and save and just refresh, and you can just save on the GitHub. I don't have anything else to save. The other thing is you can also publish it straight away on your Google Cloud platform. That's something that I found very interesting and cool. Because, for example, this link
then you have a DNS available for other people to connect into?
Yeah, straight away from Google. For example, this link is the first release that I had. For example, this one has no audio, nothing. It's just playing the game and only the effects. But if I go here it's in Portuguese, some things, because my things in Portuguese. So you need to have a Google Cloud project. So I create one like Vibe Coding Google Studio, of course. And that's it. Now it's deployed. So it's just running already. So if I access this new URL here, It's not.
Then it's ready to go to pro, right?
It's ready to go, and people can just start using that. And so that was one of the products that I really found interesting, and I would recommend you guys to just try on if you want to create some prototype and some tests that you would like.
Prototyping is really interesting.
It's really fast. Second tool. So far, any questions? I cannot see the chat. Can you?
Yeah, let me check. I think. Oh, okay. Why people still try to make drag and drop? Oh, this is about. Oh, this is about the. Yeah, I don't know, man. But in the pitch for me was working, but maybe because the guy speaks really well and I just bought the idea.
Yeah.
Very existential. Gertrude had too much cachaça. Yeah, true.
The other project that we saw was the Tessel. This one I felt when I was listening to people talking about very promising. The idea is they are actually pioneer on specking driven development. And when they were speaking about how the project works, the idea of just writing a spec and the whole AI will build the project for you, you just don't have to write the code anymore. That felt for me really impressive. And I was, okay, I want to try that. And I did some try. I have some mixed feelings that I'm going to show you guys. But first of all, Tessel is a really large repository of specifications, and it has npm, Maven, and PyPy. I think that's the name. I'm not big. I know of Python, but I think that's the name, PyPy. And the registry is mainly a detailed explanation about some framework that you want to use. For example, I use Svelte. I really like learning to use Svelte and do a lot of things with Svelte. So it has a registry explaining how Svelte works. Let's say you like to use a socket, and then it has a registry and explaining how socket works. So the goal is that with the spec, you give some kind of knowledge, pre-knowledge to the LLM, and it doesn't have to go around search for information and hallucinate much. Today, it supports different LLMs like Cloud Code, Gemini, OpenAI, and that goal is to expand the capacity. And they also have a framework, the Tessel framework. Tessel framework is mainly the whole thing to build the project for you. So you have a few CLI that you're just gonna do some Tessel init, build, and it's gonna start. So that felt promising and amazing, and I was, okay, that's super cool. I wanna try that. I wanted to see what we can do. And I did something. Again, another game. Let me see if this is the correct game. I just don't like this.
What is this? This is JavaScript?
Yeah, this is in TypeScript. Everything that I do is TypeScript. I'm a TypeScript boy. So this is the project that I built. It's a tic-tac-toe game. And if you want, it's everything. Oops, I can just go back here. Yeah, so this is the game, that's the classic jogo da velha in Portuguese. Yeah. So you can go to my GitHub and you have all the details there. But I had a few lessons that I learned using Tessel. First of all, it's not that smart. And you have to be very careful with what you're asking. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the very first commit that I did. Let me see if I can just check out detached from that.
You have something pending to...
Yeah, let me just do like this. It's because I
go back or
let me just roll back this one. I just discard. I don't need this one. So if I can go back now, yes. So when I first started, so you can all my commits, I have a lot of all the commands that I was running. So you guys, so if you go to the Git, you can just read everything that I was doing. So this was the very first commit, just mainly init the Tessel framework that you're gonna create this folder with you with a few informations about Tessel and the MCP that you're gonna use, the agents, informations. In the case, I'm gonna use clouds and some knowledge base. So like it has nothing. So then my idea was, okay, I want to create a project to use tic-tac-toe. So I run this command here. Let me just go to this. commit here. Oops, I'm learning how to use Mac. Yeah, I'm learning stuffs. But let me see if I can detach. Can it loads on mine? No, it didn't refresh yet. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Yes. So what I did, I connected with Cloud and I said, hey, Cloud, you're gonna use Tessel.
Cloud model.
Cloud model,
Yeah,
Cloud Code, sorry.
Model.
Yeah, Cloud Code, this guy here. So I just ask Cloud Code, hey, from now on, you're gonna use Tessel for everything. And I just say, hey, I want you to create a spec for me using Tessel structure to use.
So you don't even create your spec. You ask another LLM to create a spec for you.
Exactly, because I'm a professional vibe coder. Exactly, I'm a professional vibe coder. I just ask it to do things in another level. So I asked it to create a tic-tac-toe for me using Svelte. And it built for me a specification to build a tic-tac-toe using Svelte. And it did it. And then I built it. And interesting enough, it generated for me a tic-tac-toe game in Svelte. And that's it. It's completely useless because a Svelte file by itself can do absolutely nothing. So I was, oh, okay, so I have to actually specify to the spec what I need to do with the framework and blah, 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 so it can build the whole project with Svelte. And then what I had to do is I added some knowledge, so I can go to this one, and I added the knowledge in the test.json here. So I added the knowledge for my the test. Say, hey, from now on, you know how to use Svelte and you know how to create a Svelte project. So then I run a few commands to create the basic Svelte thing, and it creates the basic Svelte skeleton for me. And then I said, okay, now I need you to adapt that spec to fit within the Svelte kit project. And Cloud did for me. The spec, it's very large, as you can see now, has way more detail, way more information. And I always said, hey, for everything that you need to know, ask me questions. So that was something that's proved to be very useful, instead of let it decide by itself. So it gave a lot of details about how the game should work, design, and everything else, very detailed. And last, I just say, build it. Just build it for me. And then it did. It had this version here. And if you go to route page, it has the game. And then if I run it, npm dev, it worked. So I have a tic-tac-toe game that was really working. And yes, I won. And then it was, okay, that's nice. It worked. So it could create a basic game. It's beautiful, nice design. But, I'm an ambitious person. And I was, okay, now I need to test the limits of Tesla. I need to go how far it can go with a more complex request. And I thought, right now, I want this game to be multiplayer, use WebSockets, and allow people to put their name into access. And that, my friends, is where Tesla failed drastically. I spent a lot of money with, yeah.
Because the cloud is not, okay.
I was using clouds at the time. I have here my cloud console. So I spent 13 euros, $13 using cloud code for that. And it didn't work. The specification became too complex and too big to create
all human reads.
Yeah, I can show you, like, it's still on a branch called test. Check out it's detached. If you see, like, it has tons of specifications here, a lot of things. And even I start to get lost with the specification that was created. Okay, let me just read piece by piece what is creating. And it's very detailed of everything, how it works, but every time that I built it, it didn't work. And I felt, okay, I'm wasting a lot of time asking Cloud to write a specification so then I can build something. So for me, it wasn't that useful, at least the way that I was doing. Maybe I don't know exactly how to do that, but for me, it felt wasteful to ask Cloud to write spec to generate code for me. For me, it was way faster to just ask Cloud to write the code straight away. But I would say try. maybe I just didn't find a way to ask Cloud properly to build the specs that could be built immediately. But I would advise anyone just try and figure out like if you can find a better way to use the specs.
Specification-driven development was as
it's ambitious.
one more word in the soup of letters of AI stuff.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I saw many companies in the event talking about this.
Yeah, they really like to use the spec for everything because it's improved the memory.
The way I see, my opinion, not sure your opinion, guys, but the way I look into, for me, for a tic-tac-toe game, it looks a lot of text to read, and I am just lazy to read. I prefer to read code than read this extensive documentation you write about the rules of the game and etc.
And interesting enough, there is all this other stuff that, for example, there are a few codes here that it writes, for example, don't change. So that's the problem. You should not change the code. You need to really depend on the spec. Because if you change anything here and save, it will gonna generate another hash. And then when the test will run, it will say, hey, I don't know that anymore. So you have to kind of Control Z and undo everything that you did. So
I have the feeling if the company starts using this to code, it's just one extra movement to use AI also to read the files and make a summary for you, or even write the spec file based on 3 short sentences that you define.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you are relying on translations layers between human and machine many times, and I for me it don't feel like solid, honestly saying.
Yeah, I had the same impression, but seems promising at the future. Let's see if they improve this spec and change stuff. Last but not least, we have at least for me, we have the tool that for me it was very nice. Now it's called All Hands, but when they released it was called Open Hands. I don't know what happened. They changed the name. I don't know what's really going on. Again, another Vibe Code tool. We have a lot of Vibe Code tool. They really love that. And this one has a difference appealing compared to the other Vibe codes. So I don't know if you guys already use the Cursor or maybe the new Anthropic, the anti-gravity from Google.
Oh, anti-gravity released this week, last week.
Yeah. So it was really interesting too. So the main difference with All Hands is that you can run your own LLM and you can run the whole stack of development, Vibe code development, I would say, on your own PC. So you don't rely on a company behind the scenes to type your code. For example, Google AI Studio, even though I can push my code there, I can only push my code there. And that's it.
Okay.
And I can only do things with React and Angular. Open Hands, in another hand, they can provide, you can just do whatever you want. You are free to do whatever you want. And you can support different LLMs, whatever you want again, locally and in the cloud. I will show you guys quickly the project that I built. It's called Battleship. It's the famous Battleship game, but there is a twist that instead of ships, you just using server and computing things. So you just put like a server, a firewall, a router, and then you attack people with the DOS. That is the idea of the project. Let's see. So first I'm going to open the cloud version. So this is the cloud version. As soon as you start, this is the page. So I only allow it to access one project because I didn't want it to give access to all my repository. And if I just launch it here, it's going to start a new conversation. As you see, like I have a new conversation. And it's mainly a chat embedded with my VS codes here on the side.
Okay, so you basically point to your GitHub repository. He accesses your GitHub repository. Now you interact with this, and this will modify your code, creating pull requests and these kind of things.
Everything.
Okay.
And this is the cloud version. The cloud version has some pricing, of course. They are hosting, so they cost for it. And I said, okay, I'm not going to pay for it. So bye-bye. So I run it locally, and this is my local version. So
this is VS Code.
this is
the
open hand.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so if you go to the documentation, it's very straightforward to how to start. If you see here, I have my Docker running. So I have my open hands running on the port 3000. And this is running. Again, I am using here, let me see which one I'm using. I am using Cloud Sonnet for this one, but you can also add your own local LLM using LM Studio. On their documentation, that's quite straightforward, and it was very interesting to run. I also was able to do, but it wasn't that fast as I wanted to do, especially for experimentation. So today I did a few changes on my code because, of course, just 30 minutes before the presentation, why not change? So I built this game and it was running. It is running. And I asked something new. I said, hey, create a new brand and add the functionality to enter in the game as an observer instead of a player, allowing the person to see both player board, but no interfere. So the person can just join the game and watch the war happening, whatever is happening, and be able to do. And this is pretty much what it does. So it adds a few, it creates a container for me. So every time that I start a new conversation, it creates a new container to run. So this is kind of my two conversations that I have. And it does a lot of changes, kind of reads my codes and try to find the pieces that make sense, do the change. Sometimes it fails and it keeps trying. Nice things that sometimes it has this to-do list. So it has a few things that it wants to do. So fast forward, there was a problem that didn't work that well. But as you see, like it fixed a lot of things, it gives me detail, and it's run that for you, and it's running. So if I just go, it's here on this board, my game is running, and I have the observer battle. I will do something risk right now, and I hope you guys don't destroy my computer.
Don't invade.
Don't invade my computer, please, please. But I will share this link. Come and see. I will open the Teams, and if you guys want, how can I open the chat of the conversation?
You need first go to the to the call, right?
Yes, I first need to the call. I forgot how to use.
Go to try.
I will just try the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's the most.
Yes.
Basic way. Okay, so this is the game. So if you want to just can access this site, and you're gonna be able to play. Create a room. I will show how to create a room. Just create a random name, you create a network, and you can share with a friend, and your friend can just share. So if someone creates a room, another person join, just share on the chat, and yeah, we can battle, and you can see if my vibe coding tool skills really work. I will just, yeah, so I'm just waiting for someone to join the battle with me.
To join the battle or to watch?
Just to join, if someone can join to battle.
Okay,
someone joined the battle, so just click your random deploy. I don't want to.
Okay, random deploy.
So just random deploy. So
random deploy confirmation.
So okay, so now I am battling. So I will click here, and I will open a new tab, and I will create a random placer. Place that one, and I will observe them. So this is me and Andrews fighting. And if anyone can join, just feel free to join and watch it.
My turn. I can't fight.
You can't fight. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my turn. I will try to attack you somewhere. So I'm just gonna hit you here. Okay. Oh, access granted. Oh my gosh, I was able to destroy you.
Oh, geez.
The problem is I saw on the other side how. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I saw how it looks like, but yeah. So this is pretty much how the kind of cool things that you can build. So I like this one a lot, especially because it offers you like the VS Code environment that we all are kind of used to use. And at least using Cloud Sonnet, it has been proven to be very precise with the code changes. And of course, and sometimes I can also go there and say, hey, there is a bug on the handle attack. Just go there and fix that. And it does for me quite straightforward. So I really like to use that, especially also because I can run it locally. So I would give a thumbs up for open hands and all hands. an experiment. Like the repository is there, so I said I have a branch here that I created, so I can just ask for a pull request, and it will do for me because it's integrated with GitHub. So you can go to my GitHub, try to download the project, npm install, and run it by yourself. Moving forward, I have the fourth project, and that is my friend Andrews.
Okay, you can.
I'll stop sharing.
No, you keep. Oh.
I keep sharing.
It's fine. I can stream here.
Can you stream there?
Yeah, that was okay. Just because I don't have it open slide here, but I will share it. Don't worry. Okay, so I decided to bring one thing I thought it's interesting. It's about Docker. It's the C agents. Not sure if anyone here already heard about, but it's also how we were discussing before. It's also a specification way to create your agent. And yes, this is the award everybody's hearing a lot nowadays. So what is an agent? The thing that I see, listening about content, watching content, reading about, and also looking into the bunch of companies talking about AI and blah, blah, I realized that nobody have a cool answer about what is an agent. There are some specific concepts, they disagree each other, but I think everybody agree that it's an autonomous AI worker with a clear role and a goal.
Yeah.
So you provide this worker a goal, tools to execute this, and this worker should decide what is the best way to do it. And you can have, you can think about multiple agents, each agent having a very specific goal, like, I don't know, search for flights, book flights, two different agents, and you have someone else orchestrating this. Basically, is this. So Docker saw this boom of AI and LLM and decided I need to jump into this. So they have plenty of new cool stuff. Not sure if you have Docker installed on your computer and if you look into the interface nowadays, but now you have not only the classic container image volume, you also have models here. You can put models to run on your Docker. You don't need LM Studio. I recommend to use LM Studio. It's really good for, at least for Mac. And you have also the MCP toolkit. It's another word to join in the soup of letters. Yeah, what is an MCP? So MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and it's created by Anthropic in November 2024, but just now became really popular a few months ago. And it's basically an open standard for connecting AI agents. So imagine if you have a flow or your software with multiple agents, like search and book a flight for me. You can have the search a flight, you can have the book, you can have compare price, you can have multiple agents.
Find the hotel.
Yeah, find a hotel, and you need them to communicate with each other somehow. And if you have like being very bad in the comparison, but for the backenders, I would try to say it's like you have an interface. You define your interface, and what is the implementation behind that interface you just ignore. You don't know. It's a black box for you. It's how agents work. So MCP is basically the interface that all agents should respect to be able to connect each other. So you have a catalog of MCP, they call MCP servers. You can come here and you see a lot of agents available for instance, DuckDuckGo, I will use in my example. And DuckDuckGo he had two functionalities. You can fetch and parse contents from URL, you can search for something. So it's an agent. I can run something with this agent and please extract the content of this URL using. So my worker, my agent will decide that I need to extract an URL content. What agent should I send this? Oh, I have DuckDuckGo and he has this functionality. Send this to the DuckDuckGo agents. So this is how you start having like a puzzle with multiple pieces and they start connecting each other. So you have display right here released by Microsoft for I think it's for integration tests.
Yeah, it's for testing.
Yeah,
they wrote it for testing.
It's make some noise. You have plenty. You can see later. I will only use DuckDuckGo for my example. So these two words, agent and MCP, really caught my attention. So I decided to talk about Docker. So for my example, what I'm gonna do, I will first create the same example they created in the event.
Yeah.
So what do you need to be able to run? What do you need is basically to brew, install C agent. That's it. It's just that, right? I already have it, so I will not install. So C agent is independent from Docker, okay? So you really don't need to have it to run. However, if you want to run some MCP together with your C agent, you must have your MCP installed on your Docker application.
No, okay. So the Docker it's just a hub of the
Yes.
data.
It's not only a hub, you have other hubs for or other catalogs, big companies catalog, because imagine you can download MCP server that promises you to minerate Bitcoin, I don't know, and you don't know what is behind that software. Some
got it.
company must check the code or check this kind of things, right? And Docker is doing that.
That's
It's
amazing.
checking, is validating if it's not virus, if it's not gonna hack you, if it's not gonna expose your credentials, because you have credentials for connecting to LLMs, also sending to these models. So there's a lot of security checkings that Docker do. Other companies also do this kind of things. If you search for MCP catalog, you're gonna see a bunch of companies that do this job for you. So so I have the C agent already installed here. So I'm gonna go to this folder and I will create a YAML file which says talk to a pirate. This is the exactly example they use. So it's a YAML file. It's that. It's a really specification. There is no code. So I will start with version. It's mandatory. You can go and see version 4. I honestly don't remember the difference between them. And I will not type anything because VS Code would do everything for me. So you need a block to define models. So this is the nickname you're gonna do for your model. You can set the provider. It could be either if you want clouds, if you want
Gemini,
DeepSeek, you can put whatever you want. The only thing is if you are using a provider and not a local LLM, you need to set export your API key in your variables, in your system variables, because Docker will try to find this to be able to reach this these models. Okay, and then you go to agents. Root is always the first agent, the main one is the one who will basically do orchestration if it needs to connect to others or execute your tasks. You make the refer to the model you want to use based on this nickname. You can set multiple models if you want, like I could make a local llama, and I can set, not sure if this is the way, honestly, because I know you can do, but I did not test with local. So don't take it if this is, I'm not sure if this is the way to do. But
maybe it's hallucination.
Yeah, definitely, it hallucinates a lot. So I will make a description here. Friendly pirate who loves chat, it tells stories. Instructions, you are Captain Redbeard, you friendly, talkative. Pirates, conversations, sharing tales of your adventures. I would just tab because I don't want to write. Okay.
But you're a real vibe coder.
Yeah, I am really vibe coding now. So that's it. I just typed this. Now what I'm gonna do is I am here in the folder demo, and I have my file here. Talk to a pirate. I just gonna run C agent run talk to a pirate. Right. What the fuck? Oh, talk to a pirate. I put the extra s. Okay, so this is the interface that it's coming from Docker. Is the user interface they have it for this C agent. Is a chat. You can see there's a type your message here. So you need to first start talking so you can say hello. And what's gonna do is basically communicate to OpenAI, and because I defined this model, and it starts talking talking like a pirate. Can you tell me about your adventures? And he will just blah 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 shit chatting, faking that he's a character, a pirate.
He's not faking; he is a pirate.
Yeah,
he believes he's a pirate.
That's just stupid, right? So if we can even come here and say, you are a pirate from of One Piece universe.
Nice.
You should know all the characters and facts about One Piece. So we don't need to compile, we don't need to do anything. It's a script. So we just run again. Hey. So I can ask him, can you tell me, um, do you know Luffy? Oh, mocking the Luffy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he knows Luffy. If someone knows One Piece will understand the reference, but it's just an anime. So I can define instructions and this will obey me. But there are other things you can do because you have some interesting tools that Docker provides you, like memory and to-do lists. So to-do list is basically the ability of the model to understand he needs to define tasks to be able to execute the goal. So in the beginning of when you ask him something, he will define step by step what he's gonna do. And then he will start executing and interacting with you or other models. And memory is basically the capability to record things. So like in this case, I'm using memory and I will create this file quiz memory. So this is what I'm creating here. My idea here was to create a short. It's also a game, but you can see it's a game in the vision of a backender. Because even vibe coding, I cannot do a good interface. So it's a game in a chat. So I create a kind of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or for the Brazilians, the Show do Milhão.
Show the video.
But with a short version, 5 questions, and specifically about football. And I put some rules here. All outputs must be in English. Use some emojis to create some interaction in the messages. The order of the questions, the prizes I'm gonna receive if you find the correct answer. And there are some rules about the team. So one question should be about European football, one question about South America football, and one question about World Cup. The other two can be random and should increase the difficulty after you know. So the next question should be more difficult than the previous one. And it's really simple. I have cards for the ones who are not familiarized with this possibility. I'm not sure about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but in Show do Milhão, Brazilian show, you have this possibility to use cards once in a game, and you can randomly choose between 4 cards. And if it's a 1, the cards are down. Of course, you don't see the cards. If it's 1, 2, or 3, the number will be the number of wrong alternatives that will be erased, eliminated. And if you choose the K, it's nothing. So you are fucked. Basically that. And I can skip, just jump one question if I don't know the answer. There is no big, I am not using anything, I'm not using any MCP server here. It's basically pure instructions and memory, just that. So let's do it together. I'm coming here and I'm gonna do a CA agent run football. What is the name of the file? Football quiz. Football quiz.yellow. That's just that. Okay. Hello. Hello, welcome to Football Million Challenge. Ready to test? So we'll type new game here.
Add me, please. I want to be a billionaire. I know about the games.
Yeah, you're gonna play the next one. Okay, so starting a new game. So the first question. Let's finish this. It's really quick. Which country won the UEFA European Championship in 2016? Do you know that?
France.
No, it's not France, man. It's Portugal. Portugal won.
I have no idea.
Yes. Next question. Which South America football club is known as El Más Grande? I don't know this actually. I will ask cards. I have to choose between card 1, 2, or 3, 4. I want to see
3.
Card 3. Let's see. The card 3 eliminates 2 wrong options. So now I know it's not Flamengo and it's not Santos. This helped me a lot. I would say it's Boca Juniors. Yeah,
yes.
Boca Juniors. New question. Who won the Golden Boots as the top goal scorer 2018 FIFA World Cup? I think was Kylian Mbappe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Oh, I'm wrong. Yes. Hurricane. I hate Hurricane. So I got wrong. No prizes. Blah. So this is really simple. It's just plain text instructions, really close to what you show in your TESOL one. But I have a different example using MCP. So for this one is again, who wants to be a millionaire? 5 questions. And however, this time we have not only the database, but we have also the think. So we are using reasoning. When you set think here, it means reasoning. And also we are using the MCP. And the MCP we use is DuckDuckGo for, if we type here, if we copy and look for DuckDuckGo here, we're gonna see it's just a declaration to say for MCP2 usage, find external fun facts. So every time you have a correct answer, bring a fun fact about it. So what's gonna do is this model will connect with DuckDuckGo, search something about that question, and bring it.
Okay.
That's it. And about the memory, we can ask here, looking for memory to see what's gonna use the memory for leaderboard. So now we have a leaderboard.
Nice.
And saving the current game state. So every time we finish our game, we're gonna have a result in a leaderboard. And we can access this leaderboard no matter if we run a new game, we always can check the leaderboard. So let's give it a try to this one. So go here. Oh, before. After run the football quiz, you see when we run the script, because we are using the memory tool from Docker, he creates a DB file for you. So keep your data.
Yeah, that's a SQLite database.
Yes, that's correct. C agent, let's run football quiz with MCP. It's the same, but now you're gonna see we have some tools available here. And these 6 tools are the memory, the think, and also the DuckDuck. Why 6? Because if you see here in DuckDuck, you're gonna see it's only DuckDucks ever had 2 tools. So this is why the number of tools is not the number of tools you're specifically use. So let's try. Hey, it's calibrating, and okay, he started. Let's see the leader. Let's see the leaderboard. Let's see what's happening here. So get memory. So so now we're gonna, because we are using reasoning, we're gonna see what's happening in the agent. And every time we see get memories or save memories, we know that we're using the 2 memories. For search, we know he's searching into DuckDuckDB. So there's no one, never play, so new game. So this time he will ask my name. What's my name? My name is Andrews. And I'm gonna play. It's gonna think about a question. And here it goes. We have the first question. Which European club has the most UEFA Champions League? We know it's Real Madrid. Letter C. Oh, and that's interesting also. Because I'm running the script, the tool needs to have, I need to give permission for the tool to connect to the other. So search is asking permission to run, and I will say letter A, because I don't want to keep typing every time something happens. Correct. Fun fact. Madrid holds. Oh, so he's bringing the fun fact, and the fun fact is coming from the search, right? And the search we know is DuckDuckDB going to the internet and bringing something. Next question. Which South America country won the Copa America the most times as of 2024? 2024 and 2025, we didn't have a Copa America, I think.
I have no idea.
2024 was Brazil? Was Argentina? Fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna skip. Okay, I skip question. I'm still in the question 2. So who is the all-time leading goal scorer? Oh, that's a tricky question because the correct answer is Neymar, but because of the model is training with 2023 data, I think he believes it's Pelé yet.
Oh,
so
okay, interesting.
Number A.
Or maybe they can check on the internet.
Yeah. Oh, if it's yes,
it's Pelé.
It's checking, and it's wrong actually because Neymar has more goals. So third question: which country hosted the FIFA World Cup in '86? Who knows that?
I know that. I don't.
No one knows. I know that. It's Mexico. Mexico. Yes, classic Argentina, Maradona. Okay, okay, question 4 to end this. We have which European player won the Ballon d'Or most times for 2024? I
Don't Graph.
think 2024. Johan Cruyff. This doesn't make any sense. No, I think it's Lionel Messi. I think 2024 Lionel Messi won because he won the yeah, correct. That's weird. But which country won the FIFA World Cup in 2010? Oh, don't talk about World Cup 2010 with Dutch people. It's Spain against Netherlands in the final. So he's getting the memories, he's thinking, he's saying, I am correct. He will add in the memory my leaderboard. So if I check the leaderboard now, I'm gonna see Andrews here won the prize. Yes, welcome. Thank you, Andrews. So if I run again and I start Hoy and I come to the leaderboard again, it's gonna go to the memories and gonna remember me because of the database. So this way, Docker is providing a really easy way to create stuff, especially because this whole text here, of course, I didn't write. Of course, I also write 2 or 3 sentences and OpenAI and ChatGPT create this text for me. And yeah, if you want to create stupid thing to validate your flow or something to help you to sustain your software, just to be a mock-up, a placeholder for something else.
A POC, for example.
A POC, use it because you don't need really knowledge on development. You only need a key or knowing how to run your LLM on your local machine, and you need clarity on the rules. And you can do by yourself, or you can ask another writer to do for you.
Yeah, that's great.
That's it. Let's go back to the presentation. I think you can take it from here.
All right. I will take it here. Okay. Thanks so much, Anders. Some personal thoughts about that. It's like I enjoy the event, so I'm very thankful that Waze provide us means to go there and see those tools happening. Even though most of these tools were mainly people selling AI, but there is still a few like those that we show here that are quite useful for us as software engineers.
Yeah, I feel like the companies we are working, I have the feeling that we are still not using AI. Maybe there are a team or one team or another team in your companies using AI already or using LLMs, but I have the feeling that it's just on the starting. What I see, my impression is, I think the C-levels and business rulers, they will push this much more, and I think it's because of buzz other than because it
makes sense.
I would say AI as a tool, it's valid, but sometimes you don't need a framework of spec development driven
to do anything.
You just write your spec and use other thing, or write your spec directly in your Java code because you know how it works. And yeah, I still feel like we are this whole development stuff are being pushed to us as the developers. But we're gonna see this more and more often, and it's good to be prepared.
Yeah,
and it's good to know because it's like a cloud development when everybody was familiar with using servers and putting your a Java application on your Tomcat, Servlet, blah blah blah, your JBoss, and then suddenly you have Kubernetes and you have cloud and you need to learn. And I think with this is the same.
Yeah, and
maybe if you look the money flow, which is another topic. The money flow of these companies, NVIDIA and OpenAPI and these other companies.
Yeah, Oracle, Google, all of them that invest.
Maybe it doesn't make sense. Maybe it's a bubble. Maybe it's gonna explode soon. I don't know. I bet it will. But in any way, even if it explodes, it's still tools that's gonna be available to use, and it's probably gonna be part of our life in a decade or 2 decades.
Yeah.
For the next 10 years, for the next 20.
Or maybe even less, maybe even less.
Maybe like that.
Yeah, and something that you said that for me it's caught my attention. One of the things is just it's important to be prepared. So it's not coming; it's already there, and it's important to be prepared. And that's what we would like to invite everyone participating and watching this record now and or later is subscribe to the Spring AI workshop that the backend guild lead are organizing. I already gave a quick look of the project and the work and the idea that they're building, and that's really interesting. I'm going to participate on that, mainly because what I learned so far from this event and everything related to AI is we need to build something using AIs, build something, use those Vibe tool codes just to experiment, to understand where you are as a software developer, but build something that uses AI also, because in the near future, we're going to need something that we're going to need this kind of knowledge and now how to integrate. MCP is a great example.
And I think also knowledge brings the power to sustain a debate when it's valid to use or not on your business.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, because probably in your business routine daily, there is space for an agent or two agents. I don't know. In my project, I know there is a space for agents, but the thing is, not everywhere, right?
Yeah, not everywhere. Don't put everywhere.
You should be prepared on how to do, how to integrate, how to create, and also know the flaws.
Yeah.
The flaws, right? What is the disadvantage that you are bringing to your project when you are using it? And then you have arguments also to debate and decide together if you influence your team to do it or not to do it.
Yeah, and the only way to do that is really searching about, studying, practicing.
Yeah, sure.
And that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening to us, to be here. Thanks so much again for Waze to provide us this opportunity. And that's it. So let us vibe together.